Okay, let's go.
Good. Yes.
What's good, big dog? It's your boy Dre, and this is Samurai Kennels Sunday Weekly Wrap Up. In this clip, you see me working on my decoying skills with a bull herder. Notice the kid in the background that is unbothered. Also notice my old yeller puppies in the scene watching so they can learn from the dogs that are already schooled in protection work.
Good. Yes.
If you've been following my channel, you will know that this is a almost 200-pound presser that just took me down. The reason why you see wasted on the screen is because I was not supposed to collapse with the dog. I was supposed to skeeve the animal.
That was good. That's a bad dog getting your ass.
Yes. Oh, girl, Linda.
He said, I just told you that's the shittiest spot.
Girl, Linda.
At her, babe. It hurts. I think in real life.
Linda, spit. Really hurts. Linda, spit. Linda.
This work of blade running is not easy. Notice Linda tried to re-engage. That's dangerous. In this video, you see my kids and I working with Kamikaze. Kamikaze is the third gen of the Williams Old Yeller Dogs. Her parents are Williams Saki and Williams Bacardi. Kamikaze is another great example of what the Old Yeller Dogs can do. Although I have never formally competed in a wall climb, my dogs simply have all the characteristics of the old school American Pitbull Terriers. They will do anything and any task you set them to. This is what I truly believe sets the Old Yeller Dogs apart from other breeds. Even though I didn't catch Kamikaze, these dogs are bred off of old lines to be very durable. This is why I think the Old Yeller Dogs will be a world-class line in the future. I have no fear and no doubt in my mind that we will be able to compete at the highest levels. Also, the Old Yeller Dogs are extremely smart and have a ton of mouth. Here in a second, she's actually going to get her prey, and you're going to see me use a breaking stick. The breaking stick is a tool that I encourage all dog owners, not just American Pitbull Terrier or Old Yeller Dogs owners to have, but any dog owner that has a dog with the potential to bite, which is all dogs. Having a breaking stick allows you to safely and quickly get your dog off of a target or an opponent. Most of the things that I do in the Bushido Dre style of martial arts are based upon self-taught behaviors. I learned basic canine training, management, as well as basic protection work. However, those concepts allow me to go into a lot of different avenues with my dogs. The purpose of this channel is to encourage other dog owners of working dogs and sporting dogs to learn to compete in positive and legal ways. I have decided to focus on my line and mind my business by doing videos like this for you guys that are genuinely interested in what we do here at Samurai Kennels. We're going to stay out of the mess and continue to work. I was talking with a friend on the phone yesterday, and he mentioned that a lot of people are breeding pedigrees based upon the old school fighting traits of the dogs. While I have an immense amount of respect for the box dog, in today's society, we see that as an outlaw way of life that is no longer going to be able to survive in the mainstream. The Williams Old Yeller Dogs are the future of the working dog and a pit bull type dog. Although they are bred off of game-bred bloodlines, they are not being bred for the same purposes as their progenitors. Therefore, the Old Yeller Dogs are in a lane of their own. If you would like to support our program, make sure you stay tuned, like, follow, subscribe, and share our videos so that we can get in contact with more trainers and breeders just like us. Equipment that Kamikaze is running on right now is my Paws SLAT mill. This is an Amazon mill that costs about $1,000 at the time of purchase. However, the prices have gone down, and for this medium-sized mill, it will take a dog up to about 50 or 60 pounds. My mill is doing just fine, and I'm extremely pleased with the mill. The Old Yeller Dogs in the future will be a bloodline based upon these events: wall climb, SLAT mill races, weight pull, conformation, obedience, lure races, as well as protection work. Here is a picture of Kamikaze unworked. She is simply a well-bred representation of the old yeller dogs. I wanted to give you some stills of these dogs to show you exactly how immaculate and in good form these animals are. This is not to put down any other breeder of any other dogs. And if this video annoys you, it's probably because there's something in you that you might want to work on. I highly encourage you to work on it. There is only one competition, and that is the competition with self. I really got interested in the SLAT mill racing because of the next clip here. Most of you guys who follow me have already seen this clip, but I wanted to share it again just to show you how these dogs work. While speaking to a friend on the phone, I found out exactly how the SLAT mill races are orchestrated. Allow me to share with you what I've learned, and if there's any fallacies in what I'm saying to you, please correct it in the comments, or catch us on one of our lives and we can talk about it. This channel is going to go to war, understanding and performing at high levels for all legal dog competitions. We do not breed, raise, sell, or train any dogs for any legal purposes. The rules I'm going to be reading you are from the APDR website, link in the description. The 400-meter treadmill race. All dogs must be APDR registered dogs and may be registered the day of the show. All dogs must be at least 9 months of age to compete. No bitches in heat are allowed to compete. No human aggressive dogs are allowed to compete. No aggressive actions toward the dogs are allowed. All dogs entered must be in good health and current on all immunizations. A judge may disqualify a dog if he or she feels the dog is not physically fit to compete. The judge will inspect and approve the treadmill before the race begins. Dogs will race for the fastest time ran at a 400-meter distance. Dogs not completing the 400 meters within 2 minutes will be ranked by distance ran. Males will race against males and females against females. No more than 2 handlers and 1 form of bait will be allowed in the race area. Food, drink, or live bait may not be used. Bait will be approved by the judge before the race begins. Judge will stop the race if he feels the dog may be in danger of injury as a result of the equipment malfunction, entanglement, or unsafe circumstance. It is up to the handler of the dog to restart racing. Dog has a maximum of 5 minutes to rest. How I will be practicing these races is I was given information from a mentor that you can go to a bicycle shop. At the bicycle shop, they have speedometers. The speedometers come with a magnetic tool as well as a digital reader that will tell you how many rotations based upon the diameter of your wheel, or in this case your pulley, have been accomplished. You can then begin at home practicing on your own personal mill to see exactly how long it takes for your dog to cover the 400 meters. Once again, the better your dog is prepared for the race, the better they will perform. If your dog is going to be conditioned for a mill race, it is essential that you practice the mill race with your dog. Know what baits make your dog run the fastest. Know what diet your dog should be on to give it the most energy. I increase my dog's B12 vitamins by using natural B12 vitamins crushed with a pill crusher over their food for the last 2 weeks prior to a meal race. B12 is a natural energy increaser. Also, by adding fish to the diet, you get omega-3s, and a little bit of yeast or wheat products will allow for some carbohydrates. Mind you, this is my own personal mix. If you have a better mix, leave it in the comments. This is all just advice. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. The next clip is Saki practicing for weight pull. The weight pull rules that I'm pulling from are from the International Weight Pull Association's website. The rules for a wheeled weight pull are simple. The dimensions and description of the weight pull chute shall be the same for wheel pulls as for snow pulls. The chute shall be as level and as firm conditions as permit. If there is any perceivable slope to the chute, the direction of the pull shall be toward the higher end, except surfaces that have grass, hard packed dirt, gravel, and carpet. Dogs shall achieve traction on the same surface as that which the cart rides. For the weight, an adequate supply of pre-weighed inert material suitable for safe and stable stacking shall be provided. This is applicable for both snow and wheeled pulls. In the pull, there's typically a prescribed distance. For that prescribed distance, your dog must begin without any help and end when directed to by the judge. The dog that pulls the most weight pound for pound in this competition wins. Also on the IWPA website are links to actual freight harness makers. Weight pull harnesses and freight harnesses differ slightly because the freight harness typically has padding that goes across your dog's front end. There's also measurement criteria on most of these harness makers' websites to help you identify the exact measurements you need for a custom harness. Price ranges range from $100 to $150 typically for a dog 50 pounds and up. I heard a YouTuber say, if you feed your dogs out of a can, you don't know anything about nutrition. While this may be true, feeding my dogs sardines or mackerel in oil have worked very well for me. What I would like to challenge all individuals to do, whether you're on YouTube or simply watching the video, is document the successes and losses you've had with whatever diets and workouts you've had. What's happening is we're cutting a new lane in these dogs, a lane that is above ground and very, very available to all those who are willing to work. I also heard another OG YouTuber say that with these new lanes, you have to be a decent dog trainer, which is why I want to share with you tips and tricks, because when I go to competitions, I would like to compete with the best of the best. There's nothing wrong with healthy competition. However, our competition should always be about the performance of our programs and our dogs within those programs and lines of dogs, and not about arguing with each other. When we argue with each other, what I've come to notice is that a lot of times, even with facts presented, people will still continue to argue. Also, I've learned that just like with family, we only come together for the negatives. I've seen a lot of negative things going on in the dog community and YouTube in both the training world and the American Pitbull Terrier world. And while it's fun and entertaining, the dogs do not benefit from it. We're making ourselves look really stupid. And I will not be a part of it anymore. I'm going to continue to push my program, and I'm going to mind my business talking about my old yellow line. If you don't want to hear me talk about my dogs all the time and how much I love them and the training and all the work I put into them, this is probably not the channel for you. Also, I love guns. I love my Second Amendment rights, and I'm going to talk about these as well. I recently was blessed enough to win an MP522, and I also just purchased a 12-gauge Maverick 88, as well as a PSA Armory AR-15. I do not believe in being a brand snob. Therefore, my sights on both my AR and my MP5 came off of Amazon. I'm going to be doing reviews on those pieces of equipment so that you can know exactly how they perform for me before you purchase them for yourself. If I can save you any time and money in your endeavors, then that's the goal of this channel, is to make everybody better by making better people and better dogs. To wrap this show up, I want to talk about Bushido as an art form. By using the 8 codes of Bushido, it is essential for us to all learn to take better care of ourselves and our fellow man. Do not forget what the streets are like or the struggles that you endured, regardless of race, color, creed, or religion. No matter what you went through, the content of your character dictates your future as well as how we are viewed as a community. Whether you want to be lumped together or not, it is very difficult to excel beyond your community. Therefore, we have to work on us. There is a lot of misunderstandings about accountability. Accountability is not always calling someone out. However, if that's what you feel you need to do, this is all just advice. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. Accountability is living a lifestyle so that you set the example for those around you to see. You want to have a reputation that is beyond reproach. Therefore, when you speak, others around you are forced to listen, whether they want to or not, simply because your actions and efforts match your intentions. If you have good intentions with poor actions, you are one of the most dangerous individuals that can exist. Just because you want to do something good does not mean it's always going to be received as such. Keep in mind that the golden rule does not exist anymore. In today's society, the platinum rule is the way to go. The golden rule states, treat others as you'd have them treat you. And that works when there is a mutual form of respect and an understanding of culture. The Shogun Army is trying to build a culture of mutual understanding. However, until this occurs, what actually has to happen is exercise of the platinum rule. The platinum rule states, treat others as they ask you to be treated. Once they show you different, then you adjust your vector. This has been a Samurai Kennels Sunday Weekly Wrap-Up. 0341, rise and grind. For the love of the game, for the love of the dogs, salute.
Let's go.